Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So we have a really windy day here in Saskatchewan, but that's not going to stop us. I'm tired of shoveling gravel for the day. I think my knees and my hips and my back have had enough of that. So let's do something different. Let's plant some dahlia tubers. So I have 10 dahlias all together to plant, and we're going to start with planting the Cafe Au Lait right here in this spot, and we're going to do one of these there. And then on the other side of the arbor, we are going to do Labyrinth. So that should be really pretty against our John Cabot roses in here, our climbers. And then we're going to mix things up. We have assorted dahlias here, so we're going to mix these with the flower powers. So this should be really, really pretty. Look at those colors, vibrant. So we're going to mix them all together. I think this is a good area to put them because we need some color in here. And quite honestly, thinking about this whole thing, I think the hydrangeas are going to end up being too tall. So I'm going to go ahead, drill the holes, and you guys, I actually invested in an auger. You can see here, I went and bought an auger from Lee Valley, a really good one, and so I'm going to use that. I'm just getting used to it, so bear with me on this, but I did my first hole there and it worked pretty good. And I think in this area where the cardboard is, it's a good choice. So we're going to plant this one here, and then we're going to go and put the Labyrinth on the other side. So this will be Cafe Au Lait here. And these need to go in the ground. There's actually two of them in here. So I probably can put one on this side and one on that side just for some symmetry. Can't pronounce that today. But you can see we got some nice shoots in the bag. And I'm just going to show you how they are looking. So we're just going to plop it in the hole, and I think this auger is perfect for doing this. So I'm going to go along, plop them all in the holes, then we're going to come back, fertilize them all, and then we're going to put tomato cages on them to give them some stability because it's really, really windy. So when we put our tubers in, we just put them upright like that. And that's all we have to do. And then we're going to look at the other one here. Look at the nice shoots on this one. It looks really good. And we're going to put that one on the other side. So I'll show you how my auger is working as I get used to it. Just going to jump in here, and it's going to go probably right about there. And that should be good right there. And you can see I'm going to lay that a little bit flatter just so it's covered more. So I'm going to drill that a little bit more. And I'm letting it bounce around a bit because of the cardboard. There we go. That's better. So now we're going to put Labyrinth in right beside it. You hear the train. Just going to open these up. You can see what kind of shoot we're getting on there. And just plop it into the hole. And I'm just angling them a bit, just so they're somewhat protected. The cardboard is finally starting to break down, which is excellent. I'm going to crack these open. There's 4 in each one. And it's okay if I don't make it all the way to the end with these, because I can put some other perennials in there. So this one is called Flower Power Assorted. You see the gorgeous colors. I think that's what drew me to them. I think that's what drew me to them. And you see a lot of cactus in here mixed with some assorted. And it looks like it might be the odd Pompom in there. But I think the color combination should be very beautiful. So here are the roots. Let's see what we got here. They look pretty good, you guys. Pretty solid. The odd one doesn't look, that one here doesn't look the greatest, but the rest look good. And you can see the landscape fabric there and the cardboard. I got a lot of my cardboard was from big furniture boxes for sofas and stuff, and quite honestly that was a game changer for messing with all the little pieces. You lay it down pretty fast. The big part of that job though is hauling all the rock manually because I don't have a bobcat or anything, so we're doing all this the hard way. Okay, so we'll drill some more holes along here and then we're gonna vary them so we get a mixture. So we need 4. And Rob's just dropping more gravel off. He's been helping me out a lot. So this is the assorted. And I'm kind of excited about this because you really don't know what you're gonna get. I'm hoping it's not like last year where I got pretty much all the same in the bag. So cross your fingers for me. I think either way, it'll look pretty when it's done. And I was trying to think of a good place to put these where they aren't gonna be too wet, but wet enough. So I think this became the area where I could have some really dynamic color for videos and they would look stunning. So there are the shoots. And once again, that is what we're dealing with. So we're just gonna drop that in the hole. This soil has all been amended last year, so we're not amending again. And we're just gonna move on. And we need 2 more holes here. And I'm just eyeballing this, you guys. I'm not measuring it because dahlias tend to grow at uneven rates. Some will be bigger, some will be smaller, so I'm not gonna worry about it. You can see the bits of paper that came out of that one. Here's another one. Nice shoots. And if you put them in wrong, they will right side themselves. Don't worry about that. We worry as gardeners about way too much. All right, and we need one more right here. Whoa, wind's brutal. It's about to knock the camera over. Now this one isn't looking the greatest. I'm looking for some shoots on it. I don't see any. So let's see if there's another one in here that looks better. Yeah, there's a shoot right there. So I'll put this one in. There we go, that's all 4 on that side. So I bought some extra shake and feed, so I'm actually gonna put some in the hole just to give these guys some extra fertilizer. So we're just gonna go in and shake that into all of the holes. All right, so we have 2, 4, 6 on this side. Let's go do the other side now and finish these dahlias. Now the fence is going to run behind them there along the edge, so that should work really good. We've got to finish the gravel, finish the arbor, and then we can put the fence up, and that should look beautiful. with the finished project. I got all my grapevine raised beds, so I'm going to have 6 of them. We're just putting the rock in the round, then we put the raised bed down. I'll have to get soil to fill them because I haven't got enough to fill all these. But you can see how this is looking here. It's starting to come together. Before, you're seeing cardboard lay around, and that was a small piece of cardboard, and I just got fed up with it and said, that's it. We're gonna try to do some large ones, and I lucked out. So you can see now we're working on this area over here. We gotta fill between the rows, and then finish this part here. Haven't decided what all I'm doing over here yet. I have some ideas. Right now, it's being left to the end until I figure that out in my head. Sometimes the best ideas come on a good night's sleep, which I haven't had for a while, but anyhow. And this wind is brutal. You can see it's blowing the tripod a bit, and I'm holding it because it's just super, super windy. Typical prairie day. The wind's getting worse and worse. All right, this is Alexander Fleming. This is a beautiful peony. I couldn't resist when out shopping. So we're gonna plant her right there. You see I dug the hole and put it in because it's getting so windy. And it has a number of buds on it, and it's looking beautiful. I needed some color, and that pretty much does it with some of the pink I'm gonna have in here. So you can see the tag here, Alexander Fleming, and 70 to 100 centimeters, 28 to 40 inches, zones 3 to 8. And it's gonna get lots of sun in this spot. It's actually a perfect spot for it. So let's plug that in, and I am gonna have to put something around it to protect it, or it's gonna be shattered. So I'm just gonna run and get a peony ring, or I might use another tomato cage just because they're stronger. Now, if this weather would cooperate, I could get this in without snapping it. Let's hope. Beautiful root system on this. It's been well watered in, which is excellent. Peonies don't like to be too deep, so that is actually perfect. Now, I want to turn it so I can see it. Take that piece of cardboard out of there. And we're just going to go like that. Make sure we don't overcover the roots. I'm just going to make a ring around it. And then we're going to put some fertilizer in there. And I'm going to put the ring around it. That should do it. I find peony rings are good for plants that are already established because you can fit things around them, but not so great for little ones. I find tomato cages better, just my personal preference. Carefully push that in. I want to make sure I get these in good because this wind is just ferocious. Here we go. You have to excuse the cardboard behind. That'll be gone probably in the next couple days. Yay! And then we'll finish filling it. So isn't that gorgeous? And that's Alexander Fleming. That's a worthwhile addition to the garden. I think she was $30. She was quite expensive. So that was a impulse buy, I would say. Now I kind of wish I would have bought another one for the other end. I may have to go back and put one down there too, just because she's so darn glorious. All right, so in this area right in here, let's throw some seed down. Okay, I hope you don't get grossed out, but that pot had pokey things on the bottom and I hurt myself. So I will be right back. So in this horrible wind, I hope this isn't going to be a windy, dry summer, we are going to put in some combines. I think they'll be pretty right in this area here, and we're just going to sow them just a little bit of dirt coverage on them. And we're going to do one at each end of the bed. This is the Blue Star. It's a perennial. It's going to take 30 to 50 days to germinate, so that's a while, but it's early enough. They're going to get 10 inches high, and they're going to spread 24 to 30 inches. They say start indoors before last frost. I didn't start any combines inside, and I've had success starting them outside before. So we're going to do that, and we're going to give them some fertilizer at the same time to help boost their growth. If I can just get it open. I've never seen a pot with spikes on the bottom of it before like that. That was a new one for me. I've dealt with hundreds of those pots, never seen that before. Maybe that's something new. There is the seed, you can see it. And I'm just going to sprinkle it very close to the ground because the wind is brutal. And then we're just going to cover it. There. That's all there is to that. Let's go down to the other end and do some more. For this corner, we're going to put the combine right between the two yarrows. We have orange yarrow here, or terracotta, which is going to be gorgeous with the blue combine. So we're just going to come in here and loosen the soil a bit and just kind of wrap it like that. And I could use that hand. All right, that's done. We are making good progress here. So I am going to go get another peony for that spot right there. I'm going to put another one in right back there. The exact same one. I need consistency. So I hope you enjoyed watching the planting of all the dahlias. The cottage garden is starting to come together, aka Matilda's cottage garden. I did replace the one dahlia that looked horrible with Lake Ontario, which is a yellow dahlia with orange. It's more of a decorative. And I did put another peony in as well. You can see it right down here. Alexander Fleming here, and then I came over here and I put Lake Ontario in. So that went well. Also, I'll just show you that now my creeping phlox are starting to show some color on them in here, and so are the penestium. We're seeing some leaves. So that's a really good sign, and I just noticed my pink catmint just came up. So things are looking good. We're getting some growth in here, and we're setting up perfect for a good season if the weather is kind to us. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.